Welcome to Global Village, and thank you very much for joining us today. We have two great guests today. Okay, Radia, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been living in Brooks for the past 15 years. I'm originally from Ethiopia, but I was born in Djibouti, Ali Sabi. It's a refugee camp just outside of Ethiopia. And my parents actually, they had to spend 8 years there before they had me because of a political dispute in Ethiopia. When we first landed here, we landed in London, Ontario, and my parents spent a couple of years there with me, and then we ended up moving to Brooks for work because my father found a job here, and my mom ended up opening Ethiopian business, and it's been going really well for her, and I just have ended up loving this community, and it's been great.
That's great, and I think one of the business is the Zigni and Anjera.
Yeah.
There you go. She's great, yeah. So, what was the challenge you faced when you first arrived then from Djibouti or that area when you first landed in London, Ontario? Was there any challenge that you think moving from London, Ontario to Brooks or coming from outside to London, Ontario to Canada?
Well, when I was a baby when I came from here, from Ethiopia to here. But for my parents especially, they had to adapt to the culture, the Canadian culture there is. And one story is that when they first landed, they didn't know what to do. So for food, they just got a hunk of meat and they just put it on the stove, like with no pot or anything, just like on it.
Wow.
And they just ate it like that because they were in a really, like London, Ontario, when we were there, it's very small, and it's mostly, I guess, like older people just vacationing
Caucasian.
there.
Okay.
And it was really hard for them to make friends right away, and meeting my mom, you would assume that she would have a lot of friends there, but it was really hard
Very
for them.
conservative people there.
Yeah, it's very conservative.
Okay.
It might have changed ever since we left. It's been 12 years since we've left, so it might have changed, but while we were there, it was very different.
Then that's when you moved to Brooks then?
Yeah, and Brooks was much easier with the culture and everything. It's really easy to make friends, really easy to put yourself into the community. There's so many opportunities with everybody.
Wow, that's very good to hear. I think I remember I came to your house with your dad and you were little, so just you know. You want to tell us a little bit about the Newell Housing Association that you are involved also?
Okay, I've been on the board for 2.5 years now, and it was the position is a voluntary position to manage and oversee the operation of the association, and there's 137 units involved, provincially funded. So the money that we get from rent does stay in the community and run the financing of the association. And any shortcomings, the province looks after that, particularly with the maintenance of the buildings. They're getting older now and require more money to look after. And also in the communities of Tilley, Dutchess, and Rosemary, we have a couple of facilities there that are set up to accommodate the people that want to live in that community. One of the things that the people living in the smaller communities, and because they're seniors, prefer to have medical services closer than where they live. And so there's always an inward migration from there into Brooks because of the shopping, I guess, and also the medical attention that they need. There are 4 villas, we call, with that are allocated for seniors, and the others are houses that are scattered throughout Brooks in the community, and they're designed for people of lower income. The income or the rent is a formula-driven thing that is very affordable for them. And the unfortunate part that I find there is the people that are on the low income level are subsidized through other agencies, as well as some employment that they do have. And if they become ill, they cannot pay their rent. Okay, so that really bothers me, that here we live in a very, I'm going to say, affluent society, and yet there are people that because of an illness or because of something that takes their income to be spent on another area, they can't pay their rent. So I'm not proposing that you don't pay your rent, but we do have the ability to waive that as deemed necessary, and it is working quite well.
I can see you're very passionate with that, yeah. And I hope there will be a way to elevate that problems from people when they get sick and they cannot be able to pay the rent. We live in a society that you would think we should be able helping those people.
Absolutely. And because of the diversity of our population, and Regatta mentioned about her parents coming to Canada, I've experienced several times that scenario where new people to Canada do not understand how to live here, and so you use the cooking equipment as the best as you know how.
Yeah.
And so I have thought, why isn't there some information available, not necessarily to Brooks in particular, but to the whole country, that says, here's how you live in Canada, here's how you use a stove, here's how you use your furnace, here's where you go for groceries and that, and it would be in English, of course, and that's not the intent. It should be in a language that would be able to be understood by the person reading that. And I would hope that it would make them more knowledgeable to be able to live here. Winter is atrocious. You see youngsters, preschoolers running around outside in wintertime with no coat on, and you think, holy hat, they could really suffer from frostbite or something more serious. And yet the parents are trying their darndest to live, and sometimes where they come from, the cold really isn't that bad. Like they've suffered worse things living where they were.
The one you mentioned, that is the information knowledge of when people are new to the society. I think that something might come very soon. That's something that we will hope that as a global village we will be coming up with a small video portion of showing people where to make to have a grocery and how to do ABC, and that will come soon. So your wish might be coming soon.
Well, that would be very, very nice.
Yeah, we're working on that one for the past few months. So we're going to be in the final stage now. Very soon we're going to have that in a video portion. People will be able to see it, but of course it will be in English, but will be translated in different languages too.
Okay, and that would be available
through Global Village very soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us about when you went back to Ethiopia. You visited school and you were championing for helping the school. How that idea came up? Is it something that when you went to Ethiopia, back to Ethiopia, that you feel to do it?
Well, prior for going to Ethiopia, my parents 10 years ago actually, they sponsored a family from the refugee camp, and 6 people and they brought them here to Brooks. And it was a lot of work, and my dad especially really motivated me and made me see that we now, after so many years, have the opportunity to help other people. And living in the refugee camp was horrible. You live in carton houses, in tents, and you live on rations. You get almost nothing. And here I can go to school for free. I get my education, one of the best education in the world. I have a wonderful home to go to. I can join as many sports as I want. There are so many opportunities for me. And when I went to Ethiopia, I saw that they don't have any of the opportunities there. And I'm not saying that it's particularly easier. It is easier here, but there's not as many opportunity in Ethiopia rather than there is here. When I went there, I spent 2 weeks on a pilgrimage, and when I was there was this one school in the village that I went to, and it was very sad compared to ours. We had desks, and we can go outside and play, and when it's cold we come back in, and the teachers here always are working towards your benefit, while there it's not the same. And also they didn't have the supplies they needed, so I created an initiative with my parents called The Beginning that brings supplies and clothes to the children there, so they can move forward in their education. Because one of the teachers that taught me 2 years ago, Mr. Hardery, he always talks about how without education nobody can ever prosper. And frankly, the education in Ethiopia is not the best it could be, and I believe that with my help and with other people helping me, I can help them move forward.
So you have a goal set for some bags which has a pencil and small items, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what your thinking process is? What's your target to have? 50 bags, 100 bags for the school, 200 bags?
Well, this year, with the initiative helping with Fort Mac, it was kind of hard asking people to donate twice.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
With the stuff that we already have, we created backpacks that contain school supplies, socks, hygiene items, and small games or notebooks to play in.
Yeah.
And it's in a backpack, so they can always reuse that backpack, and they can also use it for future investments.
But what's your target? Are you moving for about 100 pieces of those backpacks,
Mm-hmm.
or is it 50? Or
My target for this year was 100 backpacks, but we weren't able to get to that high. But next year we are looking towards 200 backpacks.
for the 2017?
Yeah, for the 2017 summer.
Oh, no, that's a very good initiative, and I think that's someone like your age to come to Canada when you were a kid, and then trying to give it back both the Canadian society here, and at the same time thinking back to the roots in Ethiopia. That's a very noble thing to do.
Thank you.
That's a very noble thing to do, and I think that's and we have a great community, we have a great society, and I'm sure that we will be able to help to achieve your goal. The committee at the airport, is it combined, and is it 5 people, 10 people, and you advise the city and county?
Yes, there's a representative of the council on both the county and the city. There's the city manager of maintenance is part of that, because that's his goal to look after the actual fact of overseeing the operation of it. And then there's 3 others that are members at large from the community and the city.
Yeah.
And those people are pilots, so the input is from the aviation sector, in that. So there's at various times there's about 6 or 8 people sitting at a meeting, depending on what we have to discuss. If we're discussing a project, of course we have the representative from that company to find out what we want and what they can supply. And so that changes as time goes on because there's various projects that are required to keep it viable. The most recent one that we've worked on, and that's taken quite a few years, is the installation of a new fuel tank. It's a 10,000 liter containment tank that has followed. It has to follow the Federal Department of Transport rules and regulations. It's also the Alberta Petroleum Association has rules and regulations to install that, and all of it is definitely safety oriented.
Yeah.
And to appease all of the rules and regulations, it's taken quite a time to have that, let alone put the project out for tender and go that way. So that was a goal that we have achieved, and I'm very proud of it. The only thing is it's 100 octane, which the small aircraft that you see flying around use. My next project, I guess, is to put in jet fuel for the turboprop engines that can come in. In addition to that, because it's growing, or at least I would like to say that it's growing, is to have private pilot training. And I think for the academic part of it, that the Medicine Hat College could provide that direction or instruction. And as far as the airtime flying the planes, well, that can be obtained. There is a flying club. There are probably 8 members in the flying club, so I'm not sure whether that aircraft could be used for pilot training. It's all an insurance thing, so if the insurance requirements were looked after, then that could be used. Where do you go with a private pilot license? Well, I remember the instructor that taught me to fly. He's been flying for Air Canada now for a number of years. It was kind of ironic that I was flying to Vancouver one time, and he was the pilot in charge of the aircraft. So after we landed, we had a little chat, and it was very interesting. So there's lots of
Opportunity.
yeah, for young people that it is expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without doubt.
Yeah.
But if you're really enthusiastic, you can make anything happen.
Well, if you have the will, there is always a way to achieve that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So young probably generation should be thinking of going also that direction of being a good pilot and starting off. Maybe they might own their own aircraft as a private pilot, but if they want to move to the direction of a commercial pilot, then they have still a long way, but they can achieve that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's good. So what would you like the community to help, for example, and how they're going to be able to help you, for example, with your good initiative in Ethiopia?
Well, in this coming September, since I am starting up again with the initiative, I would like people to donate used clothes, backpacks, school supplies, any hygiene items, shoes of any sort. I would like them to be in good condition because keep morals up, but and also donation of money because it costs a lot to take items across the ocean. And yeah.
There is a website they can go to, or
yes.
Okay.
The website is redetgerma/thebeginning.wix.com, and you can get more information about the whole initiative, what to donate, where to donate, and any information that you might be hesitant about, you could always talk to me or Gerald McCaffrey. He works at the St. Joseph's Collegiate.
So Cheryl is also somebody that they can call.
Yes, them, him, and my parents.
Okay, no, that's a very good initiative. What would you say, for example, the youth in general, especially the ones from New York region, that like yourself doing this kind of initiative? What would you like to say to them, for them to get involved with the community in terms whether humanitarian or volunteerism at home or abroad? What's your message?
Just, I would like them to realize that they have it very good here, and there's always opportunities, like talking through your school, finding little volunteerism around Brooks or in the community. I've noticed that there are a lot of initiatives, especially through schools, that do volunteering abroad. Like at our school, we do mission trips each year, and with everything, with the opportunity, you really just have to look. If you go online and just search up volunteering, and you search up where you would like to volunteer, you might want to volunteer as in hands-on work versus computer work, or just talking to people and helping them. There's a lot of opportunities out there.
That's very nice of you, Mr. Gary. Volunteerism is a very honorable thing to do for a lot of people, and there is the background we come from, that's not in our vocabulary. And it's because that's not the case back home in Africa. There is no volunteerism. You work, you get paid. That's the bottom line. So someone like, for example, like you, who has been put a lot of time working and now giving it back to the community, what would you say the importance of volunteerism in a society at any given time?
Wow, that's interesting because of your background and not understanding that. That's how I grew up to donate. When I was 18 years old, I volunteered for the fire department in the town that we lived in.
Good.
I think it was almost expected. So it's almost been a way of life to do that. And also, I think you have to be a special person to understand that there is a need in the community for certain things that you cannot pay for or you cannot buy. But yet you can contribute your time, and that seems to be the big thing, is the time. There are other monetary things that come into play too. And also, if you are interested in your community, you will do that. And I think that lots of people should experience the ability to give to somebody without any expectation of recompense at all. And so when you give something to somebody and they say thank you, they really mean it.
Well, that's well said. I think the new generation will probably be able to put that effort, and then maybe the change is coming also to the new Canadians. As you said, you were expected when you were growing, but back home, that's not the case. So with the new generation, we hope the new generation will get involved more to the society and give it back to the community.
Yes, and by living here as long as she has, she's understanding that now. And I think that it makes our community a little more cohesive in that. Even more so from the countries that we've immigrated from. And basically all of the people in Canada are from somewhere else.
There you go.
And just some of us have been here a little longer than others.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I thank both of you for coming to Global Village, and we are very honored to have both of you. And with your time that you work and now you bring back to the community. That's an honorable thing to say. I think we should be taking our hats off for you, and thank you very much, and we hope to see you soon at Global Village.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Gary.
you.
Thank you very much, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Keep doing it, and you will achieve your goal. There is will, there is a way. So don't give it up, and we are behind you. This is the end of Global Village for today, and this is where the East meets the West. We are airing today from Bassano Studio. Until then, thanks for joining us, and we hope you to join us next time. Until then, Ahmed Kasim, your host of the program.